Hi guys, I'm here today to do the mid-year book freakout tag. I was tagged by Yamini over at The Skeptical Reader. Thank you very much, Yamini, for tagging me. I did not think to look up who created this tag, but I think this is like kind of an old tag and like every summer kind of makes the rounds again because it's got pretty good questions. So the first question is best book you've read so far in 2017. I have two picks for that. I have like the most entertaining book that I read this year and the most, I guess, meaningful or thought-provoking book that I read this year because I feel like best is such a dumb word. Like, ugh, I don't like that word. But so the most entertaining book that I've read is The Dinner by Herman Koch. Or Koch, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, and this is translated from Dutch by Sam Garrett. This is oh my gosh, brain fart. Okay, so this is the story of a family. It's basically two couples go out to dinner. It's their brothers and their wives, if that makes sense. Two brothers and their wives go out to dinner because their children together have committed a horrible act, and so they're kind of just like discussing the consequences and what they should do about it. And it's so good and so funny. It's just horrible. They're horrible people, in my opinion, and I love it. Like, so much. It was a really funny read. And the most meaningful book that I've read so far, thought-provoking, is The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. I feel like if I ever read any James Baldwin, it's always going to be the most like thought-provoking thing. Although Negroland by Margot Jefferson, that might surpass this because there's a lot more to it. So it's, but anyways, this is very good. It's two essays, or like one letter and an essay. I forget what the actual, oh, there it is. The first one is My Dungeon Shook, and then Down at the Cross. So he's just so brilliant and powerful, and I love reading what he has to say. The second question is best sequel you've read so far in 2017. That is going to be Life, the Universe, and Everything by Douglas Adams. This is the third book in the Hitchhiker's series. This is the only like real book sequel that I've read this year. The only other sequels that I've read have been like graphic novel continuations and stuff. This is just more hilarious antics. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and reread the series because reading the second book and this book, like I literally laugh out loud. And the first book I just didn't think was very funny, so I feel like I just didn't get it, and so I'm going to go back and reread these definitely in the future at some point. The next question is new release you haven't read but want to. For that, I have Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. I was so excited to find out that this was going to be the Powell's Indispensable pick for that like month or whatever, because the only new releases that I get, like the only hardcover new releases I get, are from my Powell's subscription, and oh, I'm so happy, but I haven't picked it up yet because I'm a dummy. I know Bree from Bree Hill said she wanted to buddy read this with me. Hopefully she hasn't read it already. I haven't been watching much Booktube lately, but yeah, I want to read this by the end of the year for sure. For sure. The next book is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I have zero ideas what's coming out the rest of the year because I don't pay attention to things like that. Question number 5 is biggest disappointment, and for that, sadly, Lock and Key Volume 6, Alpha and Omega. I thought this was a really not great ending to the series, and I feel like the reason it was so disappointing was just because the rest of the series was so good. I feel like the first 5 volumes, everything kind of is like nice and slow build up, and like you're starting, you get to know the characters and everything's like, just moving at a normal pace, and then the ending just feels so rushed. But I guess when you have any kind of thing where the climax is like this big huge thing that happens, like once it starts happening, it happens, and so I guess it's not really its fault. It's maybe more my taste where like those types of things don't appeal to me. And I thought the very, very ending, like the last 10 pages could have been cut, I'm going to say. I thought the very, very ending was like Harry Potter epilogue type status. Like, it's unrealistic. It's dumb. Sorry. Hopefully this isn't really spoiling anything for you, but I'm not really saying what happens, just that it's dumb and I didn't like the very ending. So if you've read this and you enjoyed the ending, please let me know because I'm curious. The next question is biggest surprise, and for that I have A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. I was never really drawn to pick this up. I feel like this is one of those books. I mean, it won the Pulitzer, but I don't know. Something about it, like the vibe that I get from this cover, I guess, just made me never really like super intrigued to pick it up. but I did, and I loved it. It's, multiple perspectives, multiple time. It's going back and forth, and just the way that it's set up, I just really, really enjoyed. I feel like most people, I don't know. I feel like people get kind of, I don't know. Our reading experiences are shaped by what we've already read and what we've already consumed, and so this was probably like super crazy when it was written, which was not that long ago. I think like 2009 or something, 2010. But I feel like maybe people who don't like it as much, I don't know, they might read things, I don't know, like think that it's trying to. I don't know. I really liked it. Gosh, I wish I could cut all this out, but I'm not going to edit it. Okay, number 7, favorite new author. So I don't know if this is a debut, but it's new to me, and that's Mary Reckner, 9 Simple Patterns for Complicated Women. This is 9 short stories, and it's all about like womanhood, I guess, being a mom and being a wife and being a sister or whomever, and like the different emotions and like not always positive things that you're feeling all the time towards your children. And I thought it was like wonderful. I wish I had done, I don't think I did a separate review for this. I think I just talked about it in a wrap up, but I wish I had done a separate review for this. I need to be better about doing that in the future. Yeah, this was wonderful. Number 8, newest fictional crush. I'm going to kind of like put newest fictional crush and newest favorite character together, and that is the main character from Fear and Trembling by Amelie Nothomb, and this one is translated by Adriana Hunter. I'm noticing a lot of my picks are translated. I need to be reading more translated things since I like them better. I forget what her name is. Oh, Amelie. Our main character's name is Amelie, but she just cracks me up. She is so wonderful. She is basically abused by the company that she's working for in Japan, but she just like takes it like a champ, and there's something about that, like, so I don't know, you can just tell that it's not that she's meek, it's that she's appreciative of the culture and like just willing to take it. It's kind of, I don't know, it was really funny, and it's very short. I feel like all the books that I've been reading this year have been very short, but I would super recommend this. I thought it was a delight, because she's treated pretty terribly, but she just takes it and keeps living, and it's wonderful. The next question is book that made you cry. For that, I have picked Kiss of the Spider Woman by Manuel Puig. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Oh, I've got an old grocery list in here. Lovely. And this one is translated by, it's on the front. Translated by Thomas Colchi. And oh gosh, this one, I just read this one pretty recently, so forgive me if I'm boring you, but it's 2 men in prison, and it's basically just dialogue between the 2 of them. Their relationship, I think, is developed so wonderfully, and I don't really want to say why I cry, but this book does make me cry. Spoiler alerts, you know what I'm saying? Next question, book that made you happy, and for that I have Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Broche. This is, like paint, whatever. Basically her life is too real, and it makes me uncomfortable, but makes me laugh a lot because, yeah, that face. That's how I feel most of the time. Alright, next question is favorite book to film adaptation you saw this year. I have no idea because I don't remember what movies I've seen this year, if I've seen any. Next one is favorite review you've written this year, or Booktube version favorite video you have done so far in this year. Also don't have a response for this because I am super self-deprecating and not really proud per se of any of the things that I've done. Most beautiful book you've bought this year or received is question number 14, and that's kind of hard because I have no idea at this point. My books are, facing in and I can't see their covers and I'm not about to pull them out. But I love the Tin House covers, so I just recently subscribed to Tin House. I think this is the first issue that I got, which was spring. Yeah, so spring, and then this one is the summer one that just came out, and I love these covers. The art designer for these is just wonderful, and they feel, really good. They're very like velvety and stuff, and they're very nice. So yeah, like look how beautiful that is. Oh, love it. And then question number 15, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? all of them. I would preferably like to, make a dent in that stack of started but not finished but want to finish. Just these ones up here. It's Les Miserables, The Brothers Karamazov, Dr. Zhivago, Clash of Kings, Amadee by Gloria Naylor. I don't know why I haven't finished that one. It's super small. An Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, and then Democracy Now! There's at least 10 books that I've started and haven't finished, and those ones I would really, really like to read by the end of the year. Please. All right, so that is all of the questions. I'm not really going to tag anyone because I feel like everyone has done this, but if you haven't done it, consider yourself tagged because it is a fun little tag to do, just kind of take a peek at how your year is going. I was kind of interested in maybe doing like a goals update. It's just over half of the year now, I think. No, we're in 8, so it's over half of the year. If you're interested in that, let me know, because if not, then I won't do it, but I'm failing miserably at everything. Yeah, anyways, I will go now. Goodbye.